Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic and a Wall Street Journal puzzle, Marmite Sandwich, which is a sandwich Sudoku. If you like sandwich Sudokus, we've got a whole app of them, so that'll probably be linked in the description part of this video. Now, the rules are that normal Sudoku rules apply. 1 to 9 must go in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. A clue outside the grid shows the sum of the digits sandwiched between the 1 and the 9 in that row or column. So in this column, between the 1 and the 9 in the column, the digits will add up to 27. Let's get cracking on this. So it's worth considering what are the possible totals of the digits between 1 and 9. And they're made up of obviously not the digits 1 and 9, but the digits 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's a maximum of 35 and a minimum of 0, as we can see, but you can't sandwich 1. If you sandwich 2, 3, or 4, since you can't use a 1 in the sandwich, that number must be a single 2, a single 3, or a single 4. And what I like to do is colour the cells that can be crusts, maybe red, and 9, I'm calling 1 and 9 the crusts in our sandwich, and I know that's a slightly odd word in a sandwich. It should be the whole slice bread, but that's how we work it. Anyway, that's a 9. Now, in this 21 column, there's at least 3 cells in the sandwich, and if the sandwich runs south, those are the 3 cells, and these are all non-crusts. If the sandwich runs north, those are the 3 cells, and these are all non-crusts. And in both cases, all of these are non-crusts. Now, in this 33 row, we have to sandwich a lot of digits, everything but the 2. So the 2 will be on the outside 1 or 9. And all of these cells will definitely be sandwich cells. So now we know this isn't a 1 down here, and therefore the 1 in the central column must be there at the top, and I'm going to colour that red. On one side of it, in this row, we must put the 2, and then beyond it we're going to put a 9 in one of these cells. But that's going to mean that all of these cells are definitely not the crust in the row. Now I'm going to have a quick look at this 29 column. Now in this column we are going to have, take away the number in the column from 35, and that's the digits that are outside the crusts and the sandwich. So in this column it adds up to 6. That means either there's a 6 outside the sandwich or a 4 and a 2. I don't actually know which way round that goes. Okay, I'm going to look at this 27 column instead. In this column, 8 is the sum of the digits outside the sandwich. Now, 8 can't be 3 cells. It could normally be 3 cells in a column, with them all being different. But in a sandwich Sudoku, you can't include 1 in a sandwich of outies. So in this column, those 2 out cells must add up to 8, and the crusts must be just inside them, with a 5-cell sandwich inside them. The other way to look at it is, how big does the sandwich have to be? How big can a 4-cell sandwich be? 8, 7, 6, 5 is the maximum. That's only 26. Not big enough. So now we've found the crusts in this column. We can number them because of that 1, looking at that cell. Now we've had both the 1 and the 9 in box 2. This 19 in the row obviously can't go this side because it's got to be at least 3 cells. 8 and 7 is only 15. So a possible 3rd cell there. Then there must be a 1 in one of these 2 cells in the row. This digit cannot be a crust because in this column the 0 means that the crusts are next to each other. So that goes green, and this is the crust in the top column. That's a 9. This is the 2 that's getting sandwiched. And in this column, it's a 2 that's getting sandwiched again. And we found 1 crust, so we know exactly where that goes. So the rest of the column is green. In this row, we've got 21 in the sandwich. Well, that's not on the right of the 1. It's on the left. But it could be 3, 4, or 5 cells, so we don't know where the 9 goes yet. Now, in this column, we've got a 20 sandwich. 8, 7, and 6. 8, 7, 5 is possible. So it's at least 3 cells. Well, that's got to include these 2 cells as part of the sandwich. And in this row, we've got 4 as the sandwich. This can't be a crust because the 4 is going to be a single cell. So somewhere over here, we're putting those. Now, in this row, we've got 9 as the sandwich. Whether that's to the left or the right of this central 9, it's at least 2 cells. So they go green. Now, in this column, how could this avoid being a crust? You couldn't cram 11 into crusts, in between crusts there and there. So this must be a crust. And that tells us about this 25 row. 25 can't be done in 3 cells, so it must be 4. And that's a sandwich, a crust now. And this isn't in this 20 column. That is now because it's the second red in its box. And now this is green because we've got 2 reds in box 5. These 2 are both going to have to be red so they can sandwich a 4 between them. And that's good progress. Now we can look at column 3 where we know the crusts are together, and that's finished. Row 7 has got a sandwich sum of 20. Well, that's going to have to go in these cells with a crust here, which is a 9. Oh, I could also fill in 9 there and 1 here. These are now green, and there's a sandwich sum of 3 in that column. This can't be a crust because it sees both 1 and 9. So that's green. This is red and a 1. Now in this row we need an outie of 2, so that goes at the end. This is a crust. And that is green in the column. This is actually, they're both green in the box. That's our last crust in row 8. Now, we're left not really knowing how to deal with the 1 and the 9 that remain up here. And I don't know the answer. So let's fill in a 9. Oh, we might find out this way. Yes, we are going to. 9 there, 1, 9, 1. We can all fill those in based on the 1s and 9s. But now, 9 can't be looking at a crust here because it would be another 9 in this row. So it must be looking at a crust here, which is the 1. This is the 9. Those 2 are red. These 2 are green. And what I could do now is just remove all the greens because we've found all the crusts and we've filled them in. We've done a lot of the small totals, 2s, 3s, and 4s. I think we've filled in wherever they appear. This 29 column, subtract from 35 again, the outie is a 6. Any other big numbers? We've done this one where the outie is a 2. We've got this 25 is quite interesting. 876 equals 21. We must add 4 to that, and the sandwich must be 8764. The outies are 2, 3, 5. Now I'm just going to do some Sudoku in this row, in the box rather. They have to be 6, 7, 8. And now the sandwich that adds up to 9 is going to have to be a 5, 4 pair. Then I can fill in 2 and 3 in the row. What else have we got? This pair has to add up to 12. Well, that won't work with 2 or 3 here, so we can fill in 5 and 7. That's good. We've got this row's 20 still to resolve. Now, 21 here, that means the outies have to add up to 14. Remember to subtract from 35. And if they can't include a 9, that's a 6, 8 pair for definite. These 3, I'm not sure. They add to 19. So we haven't done the 19 or the 20 row. We've done a lot of the columns in terms of what we can do. Oh, these 2 have to add to 8 more to get to 11. Well, that can't be 3, 5. It can't be 4, 7 because neither digit can be a 4. Sorry, they have to add... What was the first thing I said they couldn't be? They have to add to 8. They can't be 3, 5. That was right. They must be 2, 6. Sorry, I don't know what my brain was doing there. These add to 21. They must be 8, 7, 6. And in fact, this digit sees a 6, 8 pair, so that's definitely 7. In this column, it's the outies we'll focus on. 27 away from 35 is 8. We've already got 2 there. So I'm going to put a 6 in the bottom. And in this column, we've got 20 in the sandwich cells. The outies are going to add up to 15. I don't know what to do with that yet. What I'm actually going to do is highlight the remaining sandwiches that I'm still going to have to work on. There, I think there's just the 3 of them now. But now I turn my mind to a bit of Sudoku, and we'll try and figure out how that goes. So we've got a 6 here. 6 there is sorting out the 8, 6 pair. Oh, sorry, I'm in the wrong mode. 8 and 6, wasn't meaning to colour those. There's going to be a 6 in one of these cells. Oh, maybe we could do maths on this box. Each box adds up to 45. So if we have 15 there as the outies, and 12 here, 27, these add up to 18. Is that any help? Could they do it with a 6? Yes, 6, 5, 7 would do. Okay, that didn't help. I'm struggling a bit with my Sudoku. One of these 2 is a 6 based on Sudoku. Ah, and there's a 2, 6 pair looking at that cell, so it must be this one that's the 6. Right, that might do something. Especially as the 6 is in a 19 sum. So these 2 have to add to 13 now. They can't be 6, 7. So they're 8, 5. And now we've dealt with that. Green. The rest of the digits in the row are 3, 4, and 7. That one can't be a 7. So these are from, one of these is a 7. Don't know which one yet. Let's just have a look at this column. We need a 7 in this column. That's got to go at the bottom. And these top 3 are 4, 5, 8. This one can't be an 8 because of the 6, 8 pair in the row. This digit becomes a 3. And 2, 9, 3, 1, 6. This is 5 or 8. This one, 5, 7 or 8. Now, are we making any headway on this? Not enough, so let's not worry about that at the moment. This row needs 2, 4, 5 still to take place in it. This column needs 3, 4, 6, 8. That digit at the top must be 3, 4, or 8. Ah, this box has got a 6 in it, so that digit's 2. Then we're going to have a 3 in one of these cells. Oh, that can't be 8. So this is a 4, 5, 7 triple. That digit is 2 now. 1, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2. This is a 3, 5 pair in the column. That digit becomes 8. Now we can have a look at this green sum. 10 and another 10. Can't be 5, 5, so it must be 3, 7. And that green is done. Rest of the digits in the row are 4, 5, and 6, and we know one of them straight away. This is a 5, by the way. Down here in this row, we need 3, 4, and 8. And all I know is that the rightmost one isn't a 3. Right, maybe it's time to consider this 20. We've got a 2. These add up to 18. If that was a 4, these 2 would be an 8, 6 pair, but that would break this cell. So that's not a 4, that's a 6. Now these 2 add up to 12. That 6 has made this an 8, so now they have to be a 5, 7 pair. And that one's the 5. And there we go. We've basically done all the sandwich work. Now we can fill in the rest of the puzzle. We've got a 3, 4 pair up here, so that digit's 7. Ooh. 7, that one's 5. This is now not a 5. We've got we need a 7 in the top row. That goes there. Then a 7 in column 2. And in fact, column 2 is finished. That's the sort of thing we like to get. This row 7 is finished now. This digit is not a 4. 4, 5, 1, 2, 7, 9. 6 in this box must be there. Now we've got a 3-8 pair looking up at this cell, so that's 5. And box 1 is finished. Box 3 is finished. We get a 3 in the corner, which we could celebrate. 6 there, 8 here, 4 and 3 at the bottom. We know the order now. 8 and a 2 to finish off, and then just this pair, 8 and 3, and there we go. That's the solution to Marmite Sandwich. Marmite, because some people love it and some people hate it. There we go. It's another Wall Street Journal CTC puzzle done. Thank you for watching. We have a whole playlist of them. As they get published, they appear on our playlist. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.